Greetings everybody, welcome to my channel, Howling. I'm the host, Adversary. We're back at it again with Danganronpa 2, going to the class trial to see who killed Ibuki and Hiyoko. I am leaning a lot towards the girls, just because the two that I mentioned in the last episode, Sonia, could have led her there, because she would be the only one I knew, or could be McCon, because sadly, as I was redoing the other episode of investigation, she was the only one that had real contact with him and knew that there'd be only one gown. The conference room had the same outlay of the music venue, and she went to that on-call room to rest. Remember that? I remember that. So I'm thinking it's her. We're gonna go see, maybe plot twist, maybe someone else. But without further ado, this video thumbs up, lets me and YouTube know y'all enjoy the content, and subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Always have to have new wolves. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh boy. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in the front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk! Hold on right there!
Mon amie's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? Oh yeah! Is he gonna join us? I see. So it's come to avenge him.
Yes!
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway,
I don't think he's gonna join this class trial. He'll probably end up like afterwards. Anyways, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye!
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hey, hold on! I won't let you escape.
Hey!
Weird dialogue, I swear. Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happened here, every one of us, except Nekomaru, will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing the poetic justice reveal.
What
He's
do
so
you
weird,
yearn
man.
for?
I swear he's a villain. He's gonna end up killing somebody. What do you say? You'll find out soon enough. See? Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, he was at the motel. She was sick. She didn't even know there was a gown, so that knocks her out. It could be him, because he has free will like I did, but because I don't think it's Fujiko. Mainly, he got blamed the last class trial, so I don't think he's stupid enough to try, double take. Chiaki, she's not all there. I don't know if that's a persona she's doing, but she's no more engaged. She's suspicious and Makan's suspicious. So let's go. One of you two girls. Unless Sonia's an accomplice or Makan's an accomplice. Who knows? Somebody is going to die today. We're killing Ibuki. We stepped onto the elevator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I suddenly noticed our lineup of silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, dives down. Ooh, okay. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. We're getting soul, guys! And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. Classroom, right? Yeah.
What?
My. It feels pretty toothless with all the empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No.
Don't bother.
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. Well, he does have a point. He does have a point because he hasn't seen any investigation. He wasn't even involved. He was just gone. So he would be useless in this case.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy with your heart's content. All right, and so the curtain of the 3rd class trial was about to open. Oh man, Ibuki. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. Yeah, she was. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. The brat. No, just kidding. Yoko. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'll never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Maharu's death. That was true. She is trying to change. The person who killed those 2 is among us. We're gonna find out. Oh gosh. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape this hell. That's why I must find a way out. I must find out. For our sake, for our friend's sake, for Yuki's sake. And so, the curtain of the 3rd class trial was about to begin. Your life-threatening trial glowing with hope and despair has begun. All rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
As you do in every
During the
trial.
class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Fair.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
Sweet.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Uh-huh. You were very quick to speak up as soon as you were able to.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
That's true.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
Yeah, you were asleep too.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Kajuichi!
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Wow, shots fired.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Okay. She's
Anyway,
Kane.
we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those 2 can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Oh, okay.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
Okay. I'm surprised me or Fujiko, or even Makan didn't even catch the disease. It sounds like it was targeted by certain people then.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from the symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby.
But she was sleeping on top of you. For a short bit.
And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Oh! That makes sense. My brain just clicked. Okay. Makan. I don't know why you ran all the way to the cottages. That sounds a little excessive, especially since you were so obsessed with taking care of them. And you knew there was a bed in the on-call room, so you could have slept. I'm gonna sip this. You want to see that?
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Makan didn't sleep all night because that nighttime was the time she murdered them, and then she went to him to get an alibi when he woke up during those events. Right?
Why the motel?
I think that's how it played out.
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our site.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After
Right.
I heard from those two that Ibuki
That
disappeared,
was weird.
I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
Yeah. And it would make sense that it was at night because if Hyoko went to put on her kimono at night, which is weird to me why she would pick that time of day. But anyways, she went, saw the killer. Killer had plenty of time to duct tape her up to his pillar and wrap her because everyone was asleep. It was nighttime, so she had plenty of time. Just hiding it was okay.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
I think Sonya might be an accomplice because I can't see how Makan had that much time to unravel Hyoko, glue the door shut, and meet up with Fujiko within that time period.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared. It was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Okay.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Gosh.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
I mean, he does have a point, but you're getting on my nerves.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Okay.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's so annoying. I swear. Just as Kazuichi said, Nagu's the kind of guy who will just continue this and make us matters worse. Damn it. I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Well, they went over it anyways. It wasn't just you talking. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
No.
I don't think I can deny that possibility.
Okay.
After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Okay, there it was. Okay. The ticket. I knew it. Okay. Yep. Let's keep going.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie,
Wrong button.
then the
Sorry.
fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
I had that ticket. You were there with me. Fool. Why would you...
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yep.
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Exactly.
Nagito, what are you doing?
He's confirming that I'm not the killer, so no one expects me. I get what he's doing, but it's a dick move, okay?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Yeah, screw you.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time.
Right?
Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Thank you.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
Exactly.
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
It is, but that's not what's going on.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
No longer than 10 minutes.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
Exactly.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
No, because the killer would have been in there.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
But it was only 4 of us to begin with.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The
Yeah,
others
we're not
all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
I don't think that. No.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
What?
Please stop making bad jokes.
That was a weird joke.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
I mean, yes.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall!
But what
Is
were
this
you
his
doing?
professional skill?
You need to explain to us what you're doing. The killer was on the music venue because you obviously think so. What? Is it really? Nope. Because they glued the door. Alright.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Okay.
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Oh, wrong button.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
No.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Of course you would, Sonia. Of course you would. Yes, I know exactly which one I mean.
The killer was still inside the music venue, blocking the door from the inside.
Nope.
No, that's wrong!
And those purple
One
letters.
sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Blue, yeah.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
Hard. Blue.
I see!
Yep.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Must have been some tough glue to keep the door
Glue?
shut.
Yeah, I think so too.
God, you ate it, you nasty.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
She's the type of kid that grew up eating paste in kindergarten.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not. Akane, no.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
Yeah.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, we must...
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck.
Okay.
What? It fits perfectly. But
If you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Yes, correct.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost
Yeah.
unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
That's what I thought too.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Yep.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, shots fired again.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
She keeps talking. And it makes it so obvious that she keeps commenting on stuff like this.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the
That
venue,
this just confirms it's her. She did it. God, it's just like Celeste and the other one. People just need to keep their mouth shut. If they're not being addressed, don't add on for something. You're just gonna make it more obvious.
they must have done it earlier than that.
Yes. Earlier.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yes, I agree.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have
Yep.
proof.
A scrap piece of paper.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
You got that right, Gundam.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap was stuck on lighting. Now I should be able to figure what it is. Is it a wallpaper? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I think it's wallpaper. I think that's what they called it, right? Okay, yeah, for sure. I need A. Gosh. Holy crap. Okay, okay. Oh, I can't let that touch. Okay. Oh, dang. That's the wrong button. And the L. The L. L. Nice. Oh gosh, no! Don't you dare. Nope. Nope. Alright, I need another L. I need another L. Okay, oh gosh, there. Okay, wall. Don't touch. Don't touch. Oh gosh. They can pass, but don't touch. Oh, nope. Nope. Gosh, dang it. I need P. P, go. Nope. Oh gosh. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I need A. Alright. I need D. Okay, E. Oh my gosh, so many E's. No, I need R. R. Got it. Crossing. They're getting fast. They're getting crazy now. My cursor can't
Isn't
go
it part
that
of the
fast.
wallpaper in the storage room?
Yeah.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
Yeah, she was
A
wrapped
mere
over it.
nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Oh my
But
god.
if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Why can't he just participate? The scrap of paper stuck to the baton lining was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I can trace it back to there, I can find the answer to be clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Drive logic. Alright. Let's go. Oh, okay. Let's go. I suck at jumping! Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Alright. Question 1. It was brought there. It was hidden. It was hidden! Oh gosh. Okay. Got this part. Ooh, that was sneaky. Ooh, I fell. Gosh darn it. Let's go. Question 2. The killer used to hide body, the wallpaper. These are easy questions. I'm just trying to focus. Alright. Oh my goodness. Let's go. I was on the side. Like bullcrap. I'm not losing this game. Alright, question 3, let's go. How did the killer hide the body of the wallpaper to cover the pillar? Alright, let's go home. Alright.
It's all coming together!
Do it. Okay, cool. That was almost gonna be the death of me.
I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
I didn't either.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar.
Oh, yeah.
So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, A scrap was left on the baton lighting.
That makes sense.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
At night.
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You
real.
haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
Correct.
Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the victims mix up the killing order.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Yes.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
Right?
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Oh my god.
What a jerk!
Right?
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man,
We
he's
have
being
proof.
annoying again.
Her feet
First and
covered in blood.
foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Oh my gosh, Gundam.
You're one to talk.
Anyways, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best to clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Alright. It's gotta be her feet, like her blood on her feet. Yeah, blood on the soles. Got it. Alright.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yep.
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Correct.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Yes.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Oh my gosh, Gundam, for real? For real.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Oh my god.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
I wonder how he gets this much confidence.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
Apparently.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Alright. Battle showdown. Alright. Dang, okay.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Yes it was.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not
I had to
it.
focus.
The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Correct.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Yeah.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Correct.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
aside from Nikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Unless Mikan's the killer!
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yup. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Right?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
Yep.
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to
See,
a guilty conscience, right?
That's what I thought at first.
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Yeah. She couldn't have smashed the camera or anything.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Yes.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If
No.
she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
The step ladder. You see how high she was hanging? Naju, whatever your name is? I'm so mad at him. I can't even pronounce his name. Nagito. There's no humanly possible she could. No.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
Right?
And
Work it down.
if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad.
Oh, we're like
Now I'm
45
free to
minutes
search
in.
for the killer.
We're like almost an hour in, probably.
What the heck?
Scratching the surface. Come on, Nagito.
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
As far as I can see, yeah.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
I mean, she was very gullible. Like, you told her something and she did it in that state she was in. So, the killer could have just said, hey, go hang yourself. She would have done it.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Right?
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
I mean, yeah, we're getting there.
An alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Yep.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
She wild. Alright. So, no, you still don't have an alibi. Alright, let's do this. Oh.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Yes.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
No, that's
Fine, I
wrong.
have an alibi.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So
I get it. You guys have alibis.
Yep.
If that's the case, The killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Yeah.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
I don't think it was supposed to be an imitation murder.
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
Wow.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Reason? If that's the case, then we're still in the killer's trap. Inside the trap set by one of us. So then, whose? And what kind of trap was it? Dang! Suspended.
Hi, Monami.
Oh my god.
Once again.
No.
Seriously. We were supposed
I'm not
No!
listening to you.
It's every...
She annoys the crap out of me. I'm sorry. The reason the killer did the imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence? Does something like that even exist?
Huh.
Oh, it sounded
It suddenly got quiet in here.
like forgot they talked.
Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Wish you would die.
Man, this again.
Right?
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
So you can like kill
If that
people.
happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
So you can, like,
Well,
kill people,
it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
right?
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Right?
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Correct?
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Or there wasn't any arrows to begin with.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
Okay, that's true. Maybe, yeah, because she had to be in a hurry.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
That's what I was saying from the very beginning.
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Yoko's murder wasn't planned. Yep.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
Well, you just all talkative in this class trial.
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
I know exactly what Sonya is. Sonya said it. It's Sonya's account. She was the only one that saw Hyoko.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Yes.
I agree with that.
That was Sonya's account, but apparently not.
Just as Sonia said, she went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
You're the one that told her.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono.
Yeah.
They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key.
Right?
At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose!
Okay, Connie. Let's fight. We're fighting.
Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yep.
This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Alright, on the rebuttal. Let's do it. I know Sonya's account.
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. Or forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her!
No.
The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her!
But Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember?
Yeah.
It's more likely that Hyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door!
Golly.
So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
No.
The killer was the one who locked the door! So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
No. Another
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hyoko's kimono.
Okay.
The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Yeah.
Hold on! Try remembering Hyoko's body! Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed. She fought the killer!
No, she did not.
Allow me to cut through those words!
She didn't know how to tie her
The
kimono.
reason Hyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't
Yeah.
able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Don't you remember?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono.
Yep.
I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
She doesn't even have. I don't think she has the fighting spirit to fight that.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Golly!
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonya, since she provided Hyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonya, you cretin.
Oh
I'll
my
put
God.
you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
Because of what she got. I guess the killer got surprised
The
as well.
only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
killed Hiyoko.
Because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Yes.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do?
Just a suicide, I think.
They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
I never really thought about that.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Right? The killer's plan from the beginning is pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
You told him to shut up.
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
No shit.
What are you talking about?
I think we already figured that out.
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember, there was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
Even if she did fake her death and blood on her slippers, the blood is old if it happened during nighttime. Blood dries up. It doesn't stay a light liquid form that easily spreadable. So,
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
for sure.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place. She kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
This is strange? What's strange?
See, it's nothing we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left them. That makes sense. Oh, I'm stupid. Even if during the time of the murder, if she stepped in the blood, if she had to walk up the ladder, there would be footprints. Alright, then why weren't there footprints?
I can prove it with this!
Okay, prove it.
If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Yes. I agree.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
Alright. What are you talking about? We were oblivious. You were obliviously leading us to this. That's why you brought it up the suicide topic after this time. Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that happened.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video.
Yeah.
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So, just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach the hidden truth, it's all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
Oh my gosh, guys. I don't
As
even
long
know.
as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Alright, if there's something included in that video, so I'm strange when I watched it. The only way to clear that up, the only one who actually saw that video, so I'm the only one who could do it. Okay, what are we doing? Let me look. The hanging video I saw, based on everything we know from the date thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange.
Here! That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Yeah, there was no blood on the stepladder.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side,
There was blood on it.
there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder.
It took me a little bit to look at it.
However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital.
Yep.
There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
Yep.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two step ladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
Yeah, the hospital.
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
I mean, us gamers.
What are you two talking about?
Stepladder is in the Jonathan said that the stepladder would have been replaced, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between the video and the actual crime scene, the thing that the killer did. Oh my gosh, okay. What's up? What the heck? Okay, it's not that. F, maybe? Okay. Okay, vowel, we'll go with it. Alright. Okay, that worked. Film? Filming. Okay, got that. Okay, it's not T. Okay. Location! Filming location. Got it. Oh, you're screwed now. That's not good. Hey. Gotta leave this fast. T. I. I need I. O. I need O. Okay. Oh gosh, wrong one. And it's screwed. That was hard.
I got it!
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Oh gosh.
Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
Conference room. The hospital.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Okay. They got it from the hospital. Oh my gosh, okay. Here we go. Zoom. Come on. Question 1. Which brothers fans can reunite to tamper with? The camera. The camera. They had to record each other. We have the monitor, so we could watch. She had the camera. I know it's Makan, because she's the only one that makes sense right now. Oh gosh, you're making me dizzy, man. Question 2. The killer did tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital. The hospital! The hospital! I fell. Cause she broke the one with at the music venue. Music venue? I don't know. Maybe she did tamper with both of them. That was not bad. I don't know. Oh gosh. That made me dizzy. Gosh dang it. What the hell? gosh. What's question 3? What did the killer do with the camera? Took it with them. Took it with them. Because I don't know why they wouldn't be smashed if not. Alright. I got it now. That was really confusing. The second question got me.
It's all coming together!
Alright. So she's tampered with both of them.
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Yes.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
Excuse me, you have not contributed once.
He did
except for
discover the
rebuttal.
body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Right.
Well, that's true, but... in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
Just smashed it. Destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
That is clever.
My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
That... wow. Okay.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
Dang.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Means it was on another place. Along with them. It was in the conference room. Yes. Alright, the only place possibly that building is the hospital. Alright, okay. Hospital. Or a conference room, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it You know. Okay, in. Where are you? Come on, in. Where is in? Thank you. Golly. running out of time. I think what button I need to push. Right, oh, I see you. Can I get another? Oh, my time runs out. Oh, dang it. Not what I meant to do. Come on. Oh, beautiful. Alright, I haven't seen it end yet, actually. There we go. Beautiful.
I got it!
Good thing I knew how to solve.
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
Now the conference room.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
The curtains. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's make argument.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Yes.
That must be it!
The curtain. Come on, we're getting it. We're getting close.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain. But after the incident,
I didn't notice.
it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage.
Yep.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Dang, that's
Matching
observant.
floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Tell me that. The lighting.
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music video, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. If you think about it, it's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
They wouldn't want to put on.
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
I gotta
With
give it to
candlelight, you
Dawn.
can't
She's
see things
smart.
in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
Yes.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
Yup. Forehead. Alright, Sonya. I feel like I've heard this with Bayside Cops say that before. This isn't the other way around.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
That video that was still in the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. Which means there was a fake somewhere.
I see!
Has to be.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki.
Correct.
It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
Yes. So that's what happened. And then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. Oh. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set the trap for us
But
was...
why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Yeah. Alright, already know. Should have already known. The killer is... Oh man, I'm sorry, McCon. You've had a good battle.
You're the only one!
Sorry, bro.
Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
The killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
Yeah, probably.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikon have an alibi.
That makes sense. Because if she never went to get an alibi, no one would have an alibi. She didn't think about that. Oh, McCon.
It's just a coincidence!
He didn't think about that.
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room.
You were in there.
Is that also a coincidence?
Yeah, she went.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music video. And showed that to me.
Got nothing to say now.
Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
True. See?
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Kane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a
He's
second.
the only one.
What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
It just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
Oh, golly.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
Correct. That was not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time.
I feel like I just got sick of all the bullying.
In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
I was hanging up on me. Trick aside, logic aside, is it really capable? Is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one that's making a mistake? No, the fact is, it's much easier if I'm wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone, I'll spend too much time.
Can you hold on a minute?
What?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
Go on.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time. I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What?
Are you serious?
Tell us.
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial, but I guess now's a good time to say it.
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Right?
Actually, this is a game.
Shut up, Monokuma.
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue. Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from.
Okay.
This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Yes.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this.
Okay, explain.
The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. the center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
Really? That's the reason? Oh my god.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too.
Oh my god, shut up.
Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh? More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then hunger.
And then, I finished speaking.
Wow.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Would there be rope burns? What contained a decisive clue? Is that really true? I'm confused at this point. Rope burn, maybe?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
Okay.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Yes.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging.
Yeah.
Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
We did.
That must be it!
We thought it was from a hanging.
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
It wasn't even an imitation murder to begin with, or I guess it kind of was for the first part. Yes.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
Huh.
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking.
Yeah.
You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You were right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her.
Yeah, like I said,
It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
Exactly.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
Yes, we did.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer.
Everything leads to you.
There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already!
I can't stop!
Oh, his
I
reactions.
don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
Yeah, come on.
You doubt your friends?
That's not it! I suspect them because I want to believe them!
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
It's true.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Ooh. Wise word.
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say? So in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh?
What?
Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that! You hear me? I'm done!
Hey, chill, girl.
Hey, Mika!
It's not fair. It's not fair. Not fair. Not fair. Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away! What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy
what?
now?
What is going on?
Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair. Hey, Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video?
The way you keep going back and forth, I don't know you help the case.
That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me?
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer! I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Alright. Repeat. This Shocky go all along. She's saying everyone's taking on me. The only person who saw that video.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where
finish this. What are we about to do? Argument? Alright. Alright, the only thing we haven't used is the AC.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
That's true.
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candle?
There's no way you'd be so please for—
Hajime, pay close. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Alright.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that
Golly,
contradiction.
that took me forever. There were so many purple words.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
Right?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
Oh, she's gonna die.
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me!
No.
Huh?
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
This chick is on some weird meds right now.
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her?
Right?
She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater?
Hajime saw it too, didn't you? Oopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item.
She's just digging herself in a deeper hole.
So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Oh gosh, this again.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
Oh, I can't.
Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want.
Shut up. Gotta focus.
Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why
Are
only
they getting
me?
stuck with this too?
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! There's
Oh my
only one bag.
gosh.
It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end! Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
I'm so glad I got that right. I thought my dyslexia made me be killing it. Let's show. Okay. Okay. Yeah, when you buy one, you
Whoever
might
bought
get
that,
one free.
which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
For real.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Golly, these things have been harder and harder with every class.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikan, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Alright, here we go. Woo! What I saw on the monitor. I didn't see that. What did the killer do after the broadcast? The body was hidden before. So hopefully that the killer left this one here. Put it back to normal after destroying it. That would be the camera. Still shut. Last stop. Alright. Back from the beginning. Alright. What I saw on the monitor. What did the killer do after the broadcast? Body's in before this.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Going down.
The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime.
Go ahead.
When I went to the hospital with Mikan this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside.
Okay.
And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick.
Okay, that makes more sense.
First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene.
Okay, smart.
In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
She's smart.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
Right?
It's been such a long time.
For what?
This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, you... What has happened to you?
She's another crazy.
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
I want to go home.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time.
Here we go, guys. Oh, here we
Now
go.
then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
Oh,
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
Here we go, guys. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. God, with Makan, too. And I started to feel bad for how bullied she was. But she liked it. That's why. Man.
Well now.
Now then, though it may be obvious at this point,
Correct.
you got it right once again. It's like 3 in a row. That's right, the true identity of this horrifying blackened who killed 2 girls was McCon.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying McCon, the one who nursed us back to health, is the one who killed them?
I won't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, McCon. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them? Wow.
Hey!
Don't just laugh, say something. This is going nowhere. There's no point in talking.
What's going on?
This chick.
Hey!
There's nothing. This is nothing like Pecco. She's actually gone mental.
That's
There's
obvious.
nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the McCon we knew.
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she might have caught it too. She probably caught the despair disease, which was the motive for the case. Oh.
What?
McCon, you say?
I
know because I was looking at McCon for so long. She was the one taking care of me, after all. My conscience kept drifting, but even so, when I did, I kept a glimpse of her. Her expression was full of despair. A despair to devoid of hope. That's not even a single fragment of this remained. Hold on. Did you say McCon also had the despair disease? And that means she was...
What?
Oh, how'd you make this... Has something crossed your mind? Wait, what's this? That's right. Oh, she felt really hot. Okay, she had a temperature. Makes sense. High fever just like Ibuki and Akane.
It cannot be!
Then because of that disease McCon was...
Perhaps.
The symptoms that were securely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope and harboring despair for all hope. Because of despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
That's the reason why she can so laugh in such a helpless situation.
Jeez.
Which means McCon stands before us no longer as the ultimate nurse. She's completely a different person, and now she's inflicted by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. No, I doubt that. That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair instead of the sake of hope.
Possible.
There's no way I could forgive this.
Oh?
For the sake of despair. That's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong. Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
What?
Huh?
Hold up. What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Me too. Like, if only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
All right. I understand that what I've done is something unforgivable, but you know, to transcend and all that truly.
It's love.
What love is all about.
Hey.
I don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand. Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you.
Well,
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are truly one within the thin veil. I'm just looking out for it. That's why, as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me.
Ah, how amazing!
It's like nothing matters. I could just die, and that's little of it. Oh, that's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love, only love.
Could it be?
Actually, is this really despair disease that we're talking about?
This is...
It seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair, you were half right. It's right to say that this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. Remember? Apparently, that's what my symptom was. And that was a wonderful symptom. It means you had remembering disease.
But
if that means you remembered something that ended up like this,
such
are
despair.
you saying you were just like this from the start? You were like this before you even came to this island? Don't get too angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like my entirety was responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So it's everyone's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. And it was only my beloved who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and still accepts me. That is the key to the difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Oh my gosh. I'm confused. I have so many questions. I kind of feel sad for her. And then again, I don't. I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. Like I said, who the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying this is Makan? It's a real Makan? Makan, please answer me. Did you remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. There's no way the person you are right now is real Makan. Oh, you still doubt me? Then I'll prove I remember. I'll tell you something nice. It about the World Ender organization that you were all worrying about.
You serious?
No. Not no. I just remembered. That's all. I knew about it all along. How that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also an organization known as the Future Foundation. That's the one that we created in the first game. Future Foundation. Future. Okay. Yes, I remember this.
Hey,
just what is the Future Foundation? What are they planning? As the name suggests, the organization is the World Ender. The Future Foundation is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
The heck, this is a comic book, you know. As part of the plan of the World Ender, the Future Foundation brought to this island. Isn't that right, Monami? Huh? I knew it. Monami, Monokuma, they're both members of this crazy organization, aren't they? Monami and I aren't members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely of my own.
hey.
Don't laugh. Hey, Makan, if you really do remember, then you really know, right? You know the true identity of the traitor hiding amongst us. Of course I do, I know that. Let's see, the Future Foundation's Blackie is hiding amongst all of you, is? Oh well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
Of course not!
Hell no! You'll find out eventually, so there's no need for me to be so impatient. Probably when the countdown means countdown. Do you even know about that? I don't know anything. I have a feeling that what it is, but who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love from the bottom of my heart that I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Con, what is this really you? I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. You were like this all along? Because if that's true, then the person you've been spending up in time until now, the past. That person, she didn't exist in the beginning. She's my past self who's lost her school memories. You guys consider that as being a friend. That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self and not my present self. Well, that applies to you as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memory is, losing memories are.
Do you understand?
Like losing your personal identity. Memories are the most important component in building a person. Don't you think? Losing your memories makes the shadows of the past. Don't you think?
Hey,
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end, it always leads back to the story. That story about her and her soul into our lives.
hey!
So is it all true that all along our memories were taken away?
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering so much. Well, why don't you just take your sweet time and remember on your own pace?
Oh?
Oh, Monokuma, this is right for you. Is it all right for you if we start now?
Yes, indeed.
Punishment time? Damn it, why? Oh, come on, why don't we have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
We've all been waiting for this. Don't sugarcoat it. Come on.
So it's over.
Yep.
It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me.
Yep, you can go to
I
him.
can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Let's do it. Come on. Oh, I wonder what her punishment's gonna be. I thought she was like paralyzed or something, like sick. I don't know what's happening. Makes sense, nurse. Hand rocket? How is she holding on to that? There's no way she could have held on to that without having something to latch onto. I didn't like that one. Not gonna lie. That was not my favorite execution. I thought it would have been better. It's finished. Is it really finished? The killer who killed Ibuki and Hiyoko was Makan. She's been executed. Apparently committed her crime because she was afflicted by the spirit disease. So what? What's finished? I always wanted it. It ended this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Makan from earlier? Was that her true form, or is it herself a symptom of the spirit disease?
Damn it!
It doesn't matter either way. If she ended up like that just from remembering, and all along Makan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But...
Even if her words were influenced by the spirit disease, if the disease turned into her. If she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So let's just move on. Come on, let's take this despair and change it to hope.
Please wait!
That's impossible. I mean, I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so... Like the house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of her. Then she vanished from our sights, leaving behind only her malice towards us. And now there's no way we can just move on and try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was just a traitor, too.
Wrong.
Too bad. That's not the case. Makan's not the traitor.
Come on.
The traitor is still alive as proof to see how fine Monomu looks right now. I'm not fine at all. But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be calm, right? I mean, you're both pawns of the Future Foundation, so you guys are two hearts of beating as one, right?
You fiend.
Does that make you a fiend? Did you say you were different from Monomi?
Phew!
Who cares about who I am? More important, I'm tired. The drama just kept going and going. I didn't even have time to eat my black bean right eye during break.
Hey!
You're right. Your right eye is made out of black beans?
Hey!
Wait. Now's not time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because downs come after ups, but life was full of downs. Wouldn't it get boring?
Yeah!
So, in order to help you guys feel better, I prepared a special event. Head over to the first island beach. An old friend will be waiting for you there. Old friend?
Huh?
Huh? Nekomaru!
Hey!
Isn't Nekomaru safe? Safe? How would I say this? I knew it. I knew this crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome, we're starting to get light of hope. Light of hope. I'm happy Nekomaru's returning to us, but I...
So just as I
Three of our
thought.
friends just died. I honestly cannot be happy. Sonia.
However,
Even so, I am still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I am truly happy.
Fine.
If you're happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they lived. Yeah. Hey, Supreme Overlord, who gives a shit? That line doesn't suit you at all.
Silence.
Silent. I shall crush you into dust. Hey, Ibuki, Hyoko, Makan, can you hear us? If you're unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I really want to warmly welcome Nekomaru as he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching you.
Right?
Then let's go greet Nekomaru. Let's make a grand even for those who have died. Oh, what the heck? Do I still have the after effects of that disease? I don't get this at all. Funny.
All right!
Alrighty, let's go. Yeah, you're right. Nekomaru's coming back. When we heard that, we were unable to contain our excitement and we jumped into the elevator.
Uh-oh.
Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
You're so impatient. Didn't you learn to stick around till the others have finished talking? And what does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them. Including Nekomaru's body. Nekomaru's body? It's your fault for not sticking around till I finished talking. If something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru?
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, then there's no way you could have saved anyone that close to death. So, it just couldn't be helped. What was wrong? As soon as we were excited to leave the elevator, we started running. Hurry to the beach, to the island!
Alright!
Alright, let's haul ass! Even though our minds were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept running towards the beach to the first island. Where the world's Nekomaru?
Hey,
Hey, Nekomaru, show yourself!
listen!
We have to come pick you up, please hurry and come out of hiding. We raised our voices. We looked around the area. We raised the voices again. We looked around the area again. And so on and so forth. We kept looking for him. What?
Hey!
What the hell, man? There's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could it be false? Could it be? Did we get false information from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach. What happened?
What
Were you
happened?
looking for me?
Were y'all looking for me?
Hey!
Could it be?
That voice! With high hopes in our hearts, we turned towards the direction of the voice. And then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
Yo! Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Show him already.
who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on?
Is he a different person?
If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing!
I want to see! He's a
The
robot.
name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
He's a robot. Alright. I was not expecting this. This game gives me too many heartaches. Oh. And plot twists on me. Dude, we have so
Danganronpa.
Alright. I don't want her apron. Whatever. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. That's class trial. I'm exhausted. I am mentally drained. That was a good class trial. I didn't like the execution, honestly. I think it was too short and too over. Just blah. There was nothing exciting about that. So, I hope you enjoyed it, though, regardless. I hope your answers matched what I came up with before, you know, it became obvious with all the clues. So, if you like this video, leave this video a thumbs up. Lets me YouTube know y'all enjoy the content. And subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Always happy to have new wolves. And without further ado, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.